I'm Rishim Sachdeva, chef and founder of Tendril, a mostly vegan kitchen and bar. We are primarily a mostly vegan place. 90% of the menu is vegan. I went sort of vegetarian 4 years ago, coming up to 5 now. And I still eat cheese, that's why it kind of reflects on the menu we have currently. It's super produce driven, kind of really freestyle things I like to eat, things, the flavors I kind of remember from my travels, from my cooking in the past. So those things kind of get put on the menu. Team-wise, we are about 14 now. That's front of the house and the back of the house, excluding external consultants. We are based just on the edge of Mayfair and Soho. We are here since last year. Earlier, we were here as a pop-up, but about 12 weeks ago, we signed that permanent lease, and now we are here permanently for a good number of years. So my cooking style is, I've sort of trained in many multi-faceted kitchens before. So my initial training was really hardcore French. Then I went into super heavy on meat, heavy on grills. It was very molecular and super produce driven. So it's just kind of the menu is a reflection of what the best bits of the things I really enjoyed cooking. So you will find little traces of things like the dips and the sauces are very French, but it's again the dressings and the things are super seasonal, really fresh, that kind of thing. So there's a good balance you're able to achieve. So what I get super excited about is it's the seasons. Every season will kind of gift you one ingredient or maybe multiple ingredients that you definitely fall in love with. Stepping into autumn, Jerusalem artichokes is something which is always super exciting. It's such a versatile ingredient. You can do practically so much with it. And if we were to put right thought process and techniques behind it, it can replace most of the most expensive piece of fish you will ever find. Inspiration obviously comes from super culture driven. There's so many different cultures doing so many different interesting things. There's only a bunch of ingredients everybody's got to work with, but it's their culture, it's their memories that kind of define how you can be a little more creative and be thinking out of the box for those dishes. One cooking technique which I think needs a bit more love and a bit more sort of care is keeping things sort of simple. Let the flavors and the ingredients do its talking. Strongly feel, because we pick up the ingredients which are in season, and there's so much flavor and there's so much depth behind that. You need to let them shine, and every technique should be driven not based on the skill of the chef, but what that ingredient particularly demands. I've always been a chef, for 20 odd years, and I stopped cooking meat. Then at that time, it felt like if I was to go to cook in a vegan vegetarian restaurant, that would feel like a step down from what I've done in the past. So the idea to start Tendril was we want to build a platform and we want to build a place where if somebody is not willing to cook with a particular ingredient or a particular set of ingredients, which happens to be meat and fish at this minute, they don't have to compromise on their career. So it shouldn't feel like I've gone 2 steps back in my career to live with my ethos. Which I think vegetarian and vegan restaurants have that seat on the table where they can be regarded equally good as a very strong meat restaurant.